One. All right, awesome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Internet, all 10 of you that are watching this. This is Blades and Blasters' first attempt at running the Walking Dead RPG by Free Legion. Go check it out. It's great. The core book isn't thick, but it's elegant, and I like it a lot. My name is Bo, and with us tonight we have Rogue, we have Sim, we have Walter Peck. Joining us at the last minute, playing an NPC, which we know what may happen to NPCs in this game, is Zypher.
Hey, yo.
Hey! Without further ado, we'll go ahead and kick it off. Let's see here. Let's find something apt to play. Pretty vanilla music here. Okay, introduction to the game, boys. This one's going to be a little on the nose, a little bit on the rails. This is the first session, and we're going to be exploring the rules. So, any technical problems, make a note of it, and we'll address it next time. Here's your introduction. Tell me if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
It's kind of opaque. Oh, there it is. It loaded.
Here it is.
Here we go. Robin Shriver and Ben Cunningham turned off the siren of the cruiser as their vehicle came to a stop. The scene was chaos. It was dark, too dark, and they could smell gasoline and hear the whooshing dance of flames as they exited the car. This is Officer Cunningham, Patrol 29 requesting backup and EMS on 65 South, Ben says. He continues to talk into the radio as Robin slowly walks towards the mass of ruined trucks and vans that have completely blocked the southbound lane of U.S. Highway 65 South. We're just south Ozarks, he says, not far from Riverdale Auto Body. His voice tenses as he strains in the gloom. Mile marker, shit. I don't know what mile marker we're at. It's dark and there's smoke everywhere. Big wreck. Cunningham takes his thumb off the radio receiver and lets out a long exhale. He doesn't have much hope for backup. The past few days have been difficult, to say the least. The meager resources of Ozark, Missouri have been stretched thin lately, let alone those of Springfield, who is completely overwhelmed with reports of a new illness, drug, or some other malarkey. Hey, Ben, Robin calls over. She's 10 yards away now from the nearest wrecked truck. It lies in a tangled mess of steel, glass, blood, fire, and smoke. I don't know if this was survivable. Cunningham shuts the cruiser door and goes to stand by her. Human shapes just beyond the infernal glow of the fire are strewn across the highway. I hear you, Ben says. But we gotta check these cars. There might be kids or something strapped in seats. I don't hear crying, Ben. Let's wait for backup. That guy I've been talking to on the Springfield force, well, he said something's fishy is going on. He went out on PTO as soon as that shit went down in St. Louis. Took his folks down to the lake. He doesn't seem like the type that scares easily. Well, neither do we, says Ben. He and Robin walk closer. A dozen bodies are crumpled on the scorched asphalt amid severed limbs, blood, and brain matter. That's when they hear it. It sounds like a low growl filled with moisture, mucus, or an equally unsettling sound. Shuffling feet. Both police officers brandish their pistols and turn around. Stop! Police! You've been in a car accident! Are you hurt? There's no answer, just more shuffling feet and more disturbing noises. Now coming from the bodies of the ground all around them. I repeat, are you hurt? Says Ben. The newly risen dead are easily visible, over 20 of them. Men, women, children. One truck driver is missing an arm, congealed blood drifting down his flank. A little girl wearing a tiara stumbles forward, grabbing at Robin's gun arm. She spins. There's a bang. Pop! Pop! The ghost girl crumples to the pavement, losing her life for the second time that day. More gunshots emerge as the scene closes. Ben and Robin back to back, calling for help that never comes. And so our scene changes to something more quaint, something about 50 miles to the south. A place near Branson, Missouri, where a pristine lake was once the refuge of both the poor and the wealthy alike, has seen more visitors in the coming days. Seen more visitors as strange news out of St. Louis and elsewhere starts to make its way down south, and people with money, people with cars, people that have braved the traffic jams and the wreck coming out of St. Louis and out of Springfield past Ozarks have been flooding towards the resort town of Branson, Missouri, and Stone Table Lake and the many resorts and villas that are on that lake. And now we find ourselves with a newscast kind of playing overhead. In the bar of Branson Shores Resort, owned by one Danae Wells, who, of course, this is her days off, but if anybody has been to this sort of resort, you know the locals, they gather at the bar. And it's October 8th, I think. I'll have to pull up the calendar again. October 8th, I believe, 2010. Overhead, the news is blaring on about martial law being declared in St. Louis because of some sort of outbreak, but so far down here, business is good. Everybody's heading to the lake for a few months while this thing blows over, whatever it is. And as we open, Brandy Lynn is wiping off the bar, while Grover Cleveland and a gentleman by the name of Raj, who is a boat mechanic on one of the nearby marinas, they sit having a few drinks. "That'll be it, Grover," Brandy says. "Don't you have to work tonight or take care of your brother or something?" "Taking care of that asshole's one of my great joys in life, but I do like to do it with a few shots in me. One more, Brandy. Whiskey sour. Coming right up, Grover. I'll let you guys role play your way into the game."
Raj is just sitting next to Grover silently. He's just sulking with a drink in his hand and doesn't say much.
Little down, Raj?
Well, it's the end of the season, isn't it?
It's the end of the season, but look at all these assholes flooding in. Their money spends just like anybody else. City slickers will be gone by the time the new year hits anyway. This stuff's going to blow over. Believe me, I've seen it all in my 36 years. At this point, Brandy slides the whiskey sour across the bar to Grover and says, "I'll put it on your tab, Cleveland. You can pay when you get around to it." After the new year, she rolls her eyes and goes back to making drinks for customers on the other side of the wet bar.
Ben is an employee of the resort. He had been there for a little more than a year. He seemed somewhat out of place considering the normal employee, people like Brandy, Big Paul. He seemed a hardworking fellow, did what he was asked whenever Danny asked him to do something. He had built a few friendships, but it always kept everybody at arm's length. He did a little bit of everything at the resort, whether it was small engine repair, leading kayak tours, helping out with jet skis, trails, you name it, he volunteered for it. He lived just west of the resort along the lake in a double wide back from the main road along the southern shores of the lake. He kept to himself. He wasn't mean or rude, but he was courteous and friendly, but didn't have much to say beyond some dark humor that he shared with Big Paul. As every Friday, once he was done for the day, he went to the bar and would have himself a beer and a shot chaser. Always the same. and never really explained why or what. That was just his routine, and he kind of sits there looking at the news, kind of curious as to what's going on, something so bad that, there's talk of martial law.
Yeah, you see as you look up at the news center, like CNN's on there saying San Francisco has closed the borders around the city recently, and more urban areas around the country are following suit as lockdowns continue. It's expected that President Obama will address the country this evening at around 8 p.m. Be sure to tune in right here to CNN for live coverage. This is a historical time in our nation, but Americans are made of stiff stuff, and I'm sure that we can bounce back. Now here's Tom with the weather.
Ben hears this and kind of mutters to himself, fucking Democrats everywhere's turning into Baltimore. And he just kind of takes a drink of his beer and continues watching the news.
Raj looks at the news, raises his glass and says, "Thanks, Obama."
What are you talking about, thanks, Obama? Grover kind of turns to you. Best president we've ever had? Shit. You wouldn't know. You're not disabled like my brother is. He couldn't get health insurance before, that guy.
Well, that's why I'm thanking him.
Thought
At the
you were
same
being
time.
facetious. Cheers
That too.
to Barack Obama.
What's the weather like outside?
Good question. Let's roll. On our 100 tables this game gives me. Cloudy. Cloudy October
Cloudy.
day. But still, all these slitty slickers are fleeing to the south to get get to the hills while all this stuff blows over.
Bill Baker. I changed his name last minute.
I can change it for you there.
Thank you. I think we had another Jim in there, but Bill looks he looks like a pretty rough guy. He's a bit weathered and a white guy. He's over by the phone, the pay phone actually. He's come in here several times before, mostly to use the phone. He usually meets up with somebody and doesn't stay too long. He'll have a couple of drinks or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that maybe the regulars are have some kind of idea of what's going on. But Bill, he's over there trying to make a phone call, and perhaps it doesn't go through. He's been trying a couple of times, and he looks pretty aggravated by it. He just finally hangs up, lights a smoke, and comes over to the bar and says, "Hey, Brandy, can I get a Jim Beam?"
Brandy, you kind of catch her on the side, of rolling her eyes as she's turned away from you. Maybe you come in, use the phone, had a few drinks, and there's probably a couple old timers at the bar, that they know what you're up to. Maybe they're boat mechanics that Raj knows, or maybe even locals that live in the condominiums up the road at Stormy Point. A couple old timers, right? As you walk in, Bill Baker, you're probably used to this. Certain people, they have an air about them, and sometimes others really just don't want their company. So you see them ask Brandy for their tab and kind of head out the door as you sit down on either side of you. Kind of, you sit down in between two old timers and they just pay their bill and get up and leave. Brandy says, "Oh, you have a way with people, Bill. What'd you say, Jim Beam?"
"Yeah. Hey, you can leave the bottle if you want, sweetheart."
"I'll do so.
Yeah.
Only if you pay for it. The boss lady doesn't take kindly to me giving out free shit. I should start paying you for a goddamn phone, Baker. Start charging you."
Yeah, that bottle right up there. It's the high one up on the shelf there.
He's on the top of the shelf with his bean. Holy shit, look, there's one right up here. She blows the dust off the bottle and you hear it slide. Sit down in front of you. Bottle of bean, baby. There you go.
Of course, he watches her as she stretches up over the, up there on the bar. Her shirt pulling up a little bit. Gives him a creepy smile, and takes the jump beam and just kind of downs a shot really quick. Then starts on another one.
$50 for the bottle, big boy. By the way, do you even have a job? She kind of listens and kind of leans over the bar real low to you, speaking in a smoky voice. I know the way you spin, the Billy boy, but you're not working at the Walmart in the after hours.
Of course I got a job. I'm self-employed.
That's what all the tweakers say. Listen, I don't give a shit. Your money spends just like everybody else. But just don't let the boss lady know, okay? Don't start shit around here.
I ain't gonna get you in trouble.
At least not the bad kind, right?
That's right.
She looks up to Ben and the others. Anybody else need anything? Otherwise, I'm going to take a break for 10.
Ben holds his beer up and, no ma'am, I'm good, thank you.
What's Connor doing now?
Connor's trying to get back in the game. Give me a second, I'm having some issues here. I had to restart. Am I still in there?
Yeah.
Can you kick me? It won't let me rejoin.
Let's see here. Kick player. I just kicked you.
Perfect.
Sim has been kicked from the world.
He had to ask if he was still in.
That's how loose it was.
I don't see.
Bill takes a look around the bar to see if there's any potential buyers. Maybe he scans everybody, kind of just like looking them over.
Yeah, roll me a double low. So roll a 2d6 there, Mr. Billy Baker.
2d6. Does it work the same way?
Yeah, just backslash or /R 2d6. 6 and a 5. Okay, yeah, 6 is pretty good. Yeah, there's a guy. Yeah, you see a guy kind of sitting on the edge of the bar. He looks a little peaked. What's his name, do you think?
Charlie.
Charlie the Tweaker?
Yeah. Maybe I've run into him before.
Yeah.
There's Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's sitting on the edge of the bar. He has a half drink beer, warm. He has a basket of chicken fingers there that's kind of half eaten. Looks a little dope sick to you.
Yeah, he'll slide down over there. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Bill. Thought I could find you here. Last week I ran out of that stuff you give me. You got anything that could make me right?
Yeah, I need to make some quick money. I've got a 10-pack of some. I've got a 10-pack of some painkillers if you want some.
How much?
I'll give them to you for 180.
180, man? Fuck. I've got that kind of scratch, Bill. Just fucking got laid off last week. You know my old lady around, but listen, I'm good for the money. Yeah, listen. I'll sell half of them. Give me half. I'll give you $100 now.
Sounds good.
So yeah, he'll take the pills and slip you $100 if you want to add that to your inventory, because your American dollars are really gonna be good in a few days.
Yeah, Bill needs the money to pay a $50 bottle. So he takes it and
Okay, I'll meet you here in 2 days. Give me the rest. With a scratch on me.
all right. I know you're good for it, Charlie.
Yeah.
Plus, I know where you live.
That's right, man. I know where you live too. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't try anything.
Bill slides back over and starts to look at some of the others and notices Ben over there and sits down maybe a seat away from him.
As he sits down, Ben gives him kind of a glance, kind of an up and down, and turns back to the TV, ignoring him. And he'll notice that he is wearing a shirt of the resort. Not that that makes a difference, but he's clearly an employee.
Yeah. Yeah, once he notices that, he changes his mind about saying anything. Not wanting to get Brandy in trouble. Or make her even mad at him anymore than she already is.
You able to get back in yet, Sim?
Negative. It says I'm in the game.
It says you're in there still?
Yeah. Has me grayed out.
Doesn't see you're in here for me. I'll refresh.
Yeah, I don't see you in there now.
Oh, I just saw him. He just joined.
What, me?
What does your screen show?
I'm at the login. It's grayed out. My name's grayed out right now because it's picked and it's already in the game. Show you.
User configuration.
What if you close it out and then use the link that's back in the Discord? The pinned link.
Same thing. For some reason, because I crashed, it has me still hanging on in there, even though it has nothing to do with my browser. Like, I cleared my cookies and everything.
Does anybody have any ideas?
To edit all of this out later. I don't. He can always describe himself and then reboot his computer. That's my answer.
I can kick you again. See, because you're showing up in my game.
He's not showing logged on mine.
I just kicked you again.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I'll do my description here.
Me,
It's something to do with Forge or Foundry.
you're able to log in and edit your character and stuff, right? I mean,
I can't get in at all.
I mean earlier. Earlier when you're.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just in there. Yeah.
Let me guys go back. Return to setup.
Maybe just restart the server.
Yeah, I'm just gonna restart this world, guys. And you guys will all be disconnected, and we'll just reconnect.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I froze and then I had to restart my computer, and it's like, oh, I'm still there.
That's because you tried to jump out of the window too early, bro.
That's it.
I know.
As soon as dude walks in, I'm ready.
All right, did you guys all get booted?
Yep.
All right, I'm bringing it up right now. All right, should be back up.
All right, let me see.
I remember when I signed in, I could hear like Walking Dead music. Was that originally on there?
I played it real briefly, I think, like right here.
Yeah, I heard that.
Cool. I went back in. Okay, October
All right, I see
2010.
I see Sem now.
Yep, made it.
Hey!
Yay.
Yeah.
He finally comes stumbling out of
Now,
the pisser.
now you have to describe yourself.
Oh, I mean, I gotta role play. Hang on, I'll be right back. So Connor walks in because we don't know about the walkers and everything, right?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. So Connor walks in. He's looking kind of flustered as he walks towards the bar. He's messing around with his cell phone there, and he's having trouble getting signal going out. So he keeps kind of playing with it as he walks up to the bar, and takes a minute to look up and around to see everybody kind of sitting around, and he looks to see if Brandy's there. He looks around because he's like, he's so frustrated he just wants to drink, right?
Yeah, Brandy's there. She's getting about ready to come back from her break. You kind of see her come in from outside. She throws her cigarette down from outside, and she comes in. Connor.
The lady of the hour. He looks at his phone. I don't know what's going on with this dang on phone signal, but I can't get one right now.
It's been a little spotty. All these folks coming down from Springfield, they're overloading the towers. I'm sure that's what it is.
Probably. I'll try again later. But however, that's and he zeroes in on the scotch. Looking at the selection there. You got any Johnny Walker?
Well, we have a little bit. What's the occasion, Connor? Johnny Walker.
Well, I just feel like I need a drink, and Johnny Walker's been my favorite lately, so I'll take a double with some rocks, if you will.
She pours it your way and slides across the bar.
Outstanding. He takes a nice gulp out of it, and he kind of looks at the TV. What's going on there? Something about martial law, did it say?
Something like it. I'm sure it'll all blow over in a few weeks or months. In the meantime, business is booming.
He takes a look. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, there must be some rioting or something. And he takes another drink. Can I get one more of these, Brandy?
Sure thing. If she does that, you kind of hear the phone ring, and while she's pouring your next glass of scotch, she kind of hears, "Oh yeah, sure, Bella. Yeah, I'll tell her." No. She's off today. Yeah, Danny's taking much needed days off. She hasn't heard from her parents in a few months. I think they're still out west. They are getting up there in years. Okay, yeah, Paul's number is, are you ready? 283-4697. Okay, thanks, Bella. Take care. She hangs up the phone. Kind of comes back to Connor. Anytime I get a chance to offload that bitch onto Big Paul McCall, I laugh a little bit on the inside. Can't imagine what a conversation would be like between that harpy and Paul.
Connor would do a little sly smile there. I know that feeling. For sure.
Sounds like they're having a couple issues up the road. I guess we're lucky that mostly young families stay here. Up north towards Connor Ridge and Stormy Point, all those condominiums are filled with octogenarians on their oxygen. They're worried that the power is going to go down. They don't know that Bella Storm is the biggest tight ass in this county.
So why would they think the power is going to go down?
You know those brownouts up in Louisville or St. Louis and Springfield? Like I said, Bella has Stormy Point rigged with 3 or 4 generators. They'll be fine.
Well, that's good news. At least we don't have to worry about it then, but well, they're brownouts up north. I'm sure we'll be fine down here.
Maybe.
And he grabs a glass. Well, thank Brandy. He reaches in his pocket, pulls out probably $30 there and puts it on the counter. Keep the change.
As you do that, you hear a voice go, "Brandy! Brandy! Have you seen Danny?" And as you guys turn around, you see this gentleman with his large waist spilling over his faded blue jeans standing in the doorway. "Hey, Brandy! Have you seen Danny? That bitch Bella Storm just called. They need a couple of us boys to go up there and check on Miss Davy in apartment 5309. "No, I haven't seen her around. She's on PTO, Paul." "Oh, shit. Got any fucking day laborers around here? I'm the only person around this joint that does anything. But my gout and arthritis are acting up, God damn it. $20 an hour." He looks around. "Hey, Ben, come on. Come hop in the car. We're going to take a ride up to Stormy Point. Check on some of these old folks."
Ben kind of lets a sigh out.
He
His beer was mostly gone. And he kind of smiles. BP, as he calls him, is one of the few people that he strikes a conversation up with on a regular basis. And he smiles. He goes, "Let's go save them from themselves, BP."
Grover kind of looks over to Paul and Ben. "What type of problem they having doing up there? You say Miss Daisy?" "My brother, he just brought her a meal. They're probably watching game shows all day. There's nothing wrong with that old lady. Here, I'll join you, Paul." He kind of gets up, pays his tab, and starts walking over towards Paul. You would know, Ben, that Grover Cleveland's brother is quite a bit older than him. His name's Claude Cleveland, and he's wheelchair bound. And Grover runs a little recording studio across the lake, and he's very, very protective of Claude. You don't know about their backstory, but he rarely lets him out of the sight. So it's not unusual for him to be a little overprotective.
Yeah, Ben is aware that the wheelchair-bound guy will visit maybe some of those elderly people from time to time. And he goes, "BP, it's late in the day on a Friday. You're working still? Man, you must love working for Danny."
"I tolerate working for Danny, Ben. You know me and the old man, we go way back. Back to Nam. Anyhow, what about you? I know you're hurting for money, slinging that hash and that marijuana and cocaine to all these dope sniffers around here." He kind of looks at Bill.
When Connor hears that, he kind of shoots
Dope
shoots a
sniffers.
look over at Bill there, seeing that the maintenance guy is talking to him.
Bill looks up from his whiskey and takes a drag. "What the hell are you talking about, Paul? Where are y'all headed?"
Just up the road here to Stormy Point.
"To the old folks' home?"
Yeah, so you guys would know that Stormy Point Village is one of the main. There's like all these resorts around here, all in the lake, and this one is just like rows and rows of condos. Most of them are 1 or 2 stories, and you know they do rent them all, some of them out for summer during the peak season, but mostly it's kind of old folks that live down here during the off season when they can get a good rate. And this Miss Daisy lady, you know, she's well loved. She's a fixture of Branson. Her husband died last year, and her son and grandkids kind of come check in on her from time to time. But she's an old lady and was well loved, around 80 years old.
Bill's like blows out a stream of smoke, and he's about to say something stupid, and then he thinks about it and he's like, you can just see like he gets an idea or something, and it just like changes his whole demeanor. He's like, you said $20 an hour, Paul?
That's right. I mean, that's the most that Danny will let me pay the day laborers, but do a good job and I'll throw in a little extra your way. Just don't let me...
Oh, I'll be sure.
You slinking around here all the time. You make me nervous, Bill.
I'm just protecting the place, from the real criminal.
Ben lets out an actual laugh at that statement. He's like, uh-huh, yeah. He'd been quiet up till then.
He finishes the shot and then he's like, all right, I'll go help the old lady.
Connor, as he's looking at his phone, but he's really looking at Bill after he heard the maintenance guy accuse him of slinging drugs. You mind if I come along? Maybe I can get some good cell phone service up there.
Yeah, it is a little bit more north, more towards the more populated area, so that would be kind of a reasonable thing to think. Yeah.
Does Bill know Connor at all?
It's up to you guys.
Connor's not from the area, so
Okay,
he's kind of
good. Yeah,
dropped in there.
Paul goes, you got your own car?
Sure do.
All right. I guess you can tag along. He looks around. He sees Raj. Raj is a really trusted boat mechanic. I think. Are you one of the only ones that's expert in something? Let me look and see. Screw it. Let's make you expert in tech instead of trained. We'll make you expert, Raj. Ah, I knew there was somebody here with a head on his shoulder. Raj, you got a free minute?
What is it? Raj kind of puts his drink down and looks around.
Word is they haven't heard from Miss Daisy. Word is that the heat's down. Word is electric's down in areas. And listen, he kind of walks over to Raj. Says, listen, between you and me, I mean, these people are getting up in years. They're not well. And yeah, we hear about that virus that's going down in the city. And they have lots of grandchildren visiting. So I'm just hoping we're not going to find Miss Daisy pushing up daisies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I can help. Let me just finish this drink first.
Oh yeah, you can ride with this gentleman here. And he points over towards Connor.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Brandy, it looks like Ben has this taken care of. I'm going to go on home for the night.
You dirty son of a bitch. He can't help but smile. He knew exactly the sounds. This is BP's trademark. Get someone else to do it because he ain't got time for this shit. He's too
He
old.
kind of looks at you. What are you talking about? You got 5 able-bodied men. You think you can't call an ambulance for Miss Daisy if that's what you need to do?
Hey, if I've got to take my truck, I'm charging Danny mileage. So if you're letting me use a company vehicle, that's fine.
That's fine. It's 0.5 kilometers up the road.
I don't care. That's $1. Who uses kilometers? What is this? Nazi Germany?
Paul's going to leave unless somebody calls him out on it or says something to make him go with you guys.
Oh, Connor will look at him. You got keys for these condos, you call them? You got keys for those doors?
Shit. Not on me. I'm sure one of the security folks up there has it, or you go to the office and talk to Bella bitch herself.
Yeah, if we can't find the keys, I can get in.
Well, getting in is not a problem. Getting in without damage that old Bill here has to fix a different story. But I don't mind breaking down the door.
Paul getting.
How about we try knocking first?
Paul just, you hear the door just slam. See you guys.
Connor would slam down his drink, and so nobody's heard from these This Daisy, I guess her name is.
Look, I've been here a year. I'm not too worried about it. These old folks, they take out their hearing aids, they crank up their matlock, and they can't hear the phone ring. They can't hear doors knock, and they can't hear shit. She's 80. She's either sleeping or she's engrossed in whatever she's doing with Grover's bro.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess we should. And he'll kind of reach in his pocket there, just kind of pat himself down real quick, make sure he's got everything. All right. Well, who's riding with me?
I'll ride with you.
Excellent. And you kind of look at Bill there. Did I hear you correctly? You got some hash for sale or something? We're going to talk a little later.
He looks at him for a second, like side eye, like looks him up and down. And you a cop? Something?
I mean, am I a police officer?
Yeah, you look like a cop.
No, I'm not a police officer. Not at all.
Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
overview.
Okay. Yep. So what?
Yep, so-
yeah, you guys go ahead.
Yeah, Ben just says, Grover, you're with me.
All right.
So is Bill riding with Connor?
You guys gonna pile? I don't care. You can guys all pile in the same car. Who has cars? Probably most of you guys, right?
Yeah, I do, but is there a resort vehicle, or is that just BP dumping it off on me?
There could be like yeah. There's a little white pickup truck that says Branson Shores Resort on it.
There you go. Yeah, it's like an old S10 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
He
Absolutely.
gets into it. Grover gets in the passenger side, and you just feel the shocks like damn near bottom out because it's an old car, and he's a big fat bastard. And he cranks it over. It takes a little bit, but it starts up, and he waits for the other car to pull behind him.
Yeah, so as you guys, as they make their way to the car, it's a nice Tahoe, tinted windows, has a light rack on the back and a government plates on it. Well, this is the stallion that should take us to the old lady. Want to hop in the back there, Bill?
Yeah, sure.
And he opens the door for you, of course. And I guess Raj is riding with them as well.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll jump in the back seat.
Yeah, he gets in and fires it up there. It's a nice government issued Tahoe there. There you go. Gets it going and finds the white pickup truck with that's tilting to one side.
Why is it tilting to one side?
Because Grover Cleveland's a fat bastard, and it's an old S10 with shitty shocks.
He's a fat bastard. So who's up with Grover and Ben?
Just Ben and Grover in the S10, because it's probably just a two-door cab. There's no suicide doors on the back or a bench second row. So it's those two, and then in the back, the second vehicle, the Tahoe with Connor, Bill, and Raj.
So as you can see here on this map, like here, there, you kind of head out the bar. The bar actually is like behind the boat slip here. You can kind of go through the side roads and then kind of drive up towards this way, towards Stormy Point Village. And I'll let you guys kind of describe what that's looking like and stuff as you guys drive. Oh, that's crazy. As you leave, the sun is setting, right? And outside of Branson Shores Resort, it's relatively undeveloped, except for like the areas where all these resorts are. So as soon as you go to get on the road, the sun would be setting. There'd be pine trees to the side, and probably a little more traffic than you'd be used to. And I'll let you guys role play that.
So the way out is just a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit road. So he takes his time. He's got the window down. He's got his arm hanging out the side. He doesn't do much small talk with Grover. And if you're curious, the weather on this day around 6 p.m., it was still 75-ish degrees according to the internet. So it's still nice out,
It's
even
warmer
if it is
than
a little
usual.
cloudy. Yeah, according to the internet.
And the roll.
Yeah, perfect. So he's just kind of looking around. It's unusual, even though he's only been here for one full season, to see this many people. It's usually a time to do maintenance to some of the unused cabins to the resorts, jet skis, whatnot, and slowly prep everything for the winter months and get ready for spring. But as he sees it, he doesn't think too much of it. He knows this way. It's the way he goes to get to his trailer, his double wide every day. So he slowly kind of gets up to the Stony Point Village.
You guys head on up the rut road, and you're kind of about here, going through the pine trees. What about in the second car? The old SUV heading behind the S10. What does that look like?
Yeah, so Connor keeps fidgeting around with the cell phone as he's trying to drive at the same time, and looks over at Mirage and, hey, you got a cell phone? Is it working?
Does Raj have a cell phone?
Oh yeah, I do have a cell phone. Let's put it on your sheet. Put it on your sheet. I'll do it.
Yeah, I have a cell phone. Let me see. And do I just have signal, or do I need to roll to see if I have signal?
Yeah, you have signal.
Yeah, I have signal. What do you need?
Oh, perfect. And he opens the contact list to a Nana Sherry. Can you dial this number while I sit here and drive? I mean, we're
Yeah,
going
sure.
kind of slow, so it shouldn't be an issue. But I'm kind of a little heavy traffic, so I don't really feel like trying to fidget around the phone. But if you could dial that number for me, so I could try to reach my friend that was supposed to meet me.
Yeah, and Raj dials the number. It rings. Does it connect?
Who you calling?
He's trying to call the person he was supposed to meet down there.
Oh no, nobody answers.
Yeah.
It rings. Well, no one's picking up.
Yeah, I'll try again once we get up there. And he kind of looks around and he says, heavy traffic, Bo?
Yeah, at first there was. Now it's just kind of stopped.
Okay, he'll kind of sit there for a second and how's the oncoming traffic looking?
None now.
Not now, but our traffic stopped.
Yep.
He'll roll down his window and pull up next to the S10 there. Hey, I don't feel like sitting in traffic all day. You want to follow me?
You're pulling up even with him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As you go around the turn, what's it look like as he pulls up? You guys are probably on both lanes of this thing, right? And you're going around a turn. He pulls up behind you and then parallel to you in this SUV, Ben Morton, and you're putzing along on this pickup truck. And by the way, roll me a 2d6 double O. If either one of them gets a 1 or a 2, then Big Paul forgot to fix one of the headlights. Nope. Yeah, so this is the one time that Big Paul, the headlights were out on the truck, and you flip them on and they work. But he's pulling up
it's getting a little...
alongside you, yeah.
As he pulls up, he has his lights on, just as it's getting later in the day, and he sees the Tahoe, sees the light rack on top. Once Connor says that, and he's like, yeah, flip them fucking cherries, I'll follow you.
And he smiles, perfect. And he flips on his lights and sirens, of course, and starts...
As soon as you do that, you turn, you make a turn, and you see a golf cart in front of you strewn across the road. And it's almost like you see a human figure in the road, but as you swerve to miss, what happens? Both of you drivers roll me mobility, and you do a -1 to yours, Mr. Connor Stetson, as you're trying to get even with Mr.
I thought we were at a standstill.
Like this happened as you're trying to go past him. So Ben, 1 second. Okay, you can push it if you would like. Success, but now you have a stress. So the way this works is now that should have given you a stress die on your sheet. Let me look and see if it did. It did. See how you see I have 1 stress point now?
Yep.
So now when you roll your skill checks, not only do you roll your skill dice, you roll another d6 with a stress dice. That works the same as your skill dice, i.e. it can give you successes. But if you roll a 1 on that, that's a mess up. So tell me what it looks like as both of you guys kind of screech to a halt barely before hitting this golf cart.
Yeah, the Connor seeing the golf cart as he's going pretty quick along the opposite traffic side. Hits his brake and kind of swerves a little bit to the left to kind of take some of the momentum out of his forward. Takes him out of the forward momentum there. Hoping that the S10 could stop a little faster than he did.
Yeah, Ben's kind of enjoying following a police car, for the lack of a better description, with its lights on, and he's not too far behind it, maybe less than a car length. So when he swerves and suddenly slams on the brakes, fortunately his reactions are quick enough to catch on it, not rear end him hard, and he slams brake as well. And you just kind of see him like put his hand out the window and like throw it up, like, what the hell are you doing? And then he sees the golf cart and he's like,
So you said there's a body bow?
You thought you might have seen something in a row, but it's hard to say. You guys stop now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark outside. It's tough to see.
Thought you said you weren't a cop.
Not a federal agent. And he reaches in and pulls out a U.S. Marshal thing there. U.S. Marshal to be exact. And he kind of looks. Is there a way around the golf cart? Or is it kind of...
Who's a real criminal here? Just Baker?
Yeah.
what's your definition of criminal?
On the run from somebody?
Well, the class. Yeah, I'm the class criminal, I guess.
You were wanted though, Morton, right? I mean,
Yes,
in
Mr.
character,
Morton
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, but
That's on the low.
So, as he says that he's a federal agent, both Baker and Morton, I want you guys to give me an endure. And if you fail, you'll take a stress point.
Endure.
oof.
You can push it, but it doesn't make much sense since you'll get the stress point anyway.
I'm not going to.
Endure.
There you go. So, Bill Baker, you're cool. I mean, you've skirted the law many times, right? I mean,
I knew this guy was a
I
cop.
don't know if you outsmart the law, but you get away with shit. But Ben Morton, maybe you have some sort of inner compass or something. I don't know what you did, but you're on the run. And he is a federal agent. He's not some podunk from Ozark, right? He's down here for a reason. And he has a fucking nice car, too. So you don't know what this counter stats is about, but it makes you a little stressed, right?
Yeah, as Ben, he never really thought about the cherries. He just figured maybe he was a local or a well-to-do from, maybe the Branson area, ritzy part of Branson, or, maybe coming down from Springfield or something. But when he says federal agent, you can tell he's a little off-put by that. And it obviously has affected him more than he realizes, as he kind of gives maybe away some physical cues that it's a little discomforting to hear that.
Well, hell, that's even worse. It's like a super cop.
Yeah, Connor, as he kind of looks around, because obviously there's a golf cart. It's all damaged up, right, Bo?
Yeah. Did you get out? So you can give me a scout. Give me a scout roll. Whoever wants to do so can do so as you kind of survey the scene.
Yeah, Connor would get out. He'd also grab his at that point he's putting on his vest that identifies him real quick. He walks up to it. Scout, you say.
All right, I'll assign yours, Cypher. User configuration.
Yeah, Bill's just walking around smoking a cigarette, Now they're out of the car, taking his chance to smoke a cigarette. He's looking around.
Ben's not doing much scouting. He just kind of sees the golf cart. He's like, just fucking move it out of the way. Let's go to Stormy Point.
One second here. Zypher, can you access it yet? Your sheet.
No, I don't see it. Wait,
It's
let
right
me
here.
just...
If just double click on it.
Nope.
Doesn't answer. Okay, let me see if I can configure ownership. Zypher owner save changes. Now try.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Connor would hear
What? You have to repeat.
Kind of
yeah,
here.
repeat your last. I was working on Zypher's problem. Sorry.
Connor would hear Ben when he says we should just move the golf cart. He's like, "Are these one of these golf carts from the old senior community, Ben?"
No, no. Actually, Connor, you would see as you're looking around, like right over here in the road, you would see a wheelchair tipped over. It's not that busted up though, but it's tipped over.
Yeah, Connor walk over. You'll have he kind of he uses his spotlight on his Tahoe as a light for it. And then the golf cart, and does it look like the golf cart and wheelchair met in someone's fortunate circumstance?
Most likely. Yeah, yeah. Actually, even as you get closer and you turn the that tail light on the scene, you can see some blood kind of on the windshield of the golf cart, and actually some streaks of blood even on the white seats of the golf cart. You can see.
Connor would take a close look, and looks like somebody got banged up pretty badly here, and there's blood everywhere. There's got to be a body laying somewhere.
What do you mean a body? Claude kind of gets out of the door, and you hear the door slam shut. God damn it! This is Claude's wheelchair. He's around here somewhere. Claude! Claude! Starts to yell. And threat level goes up to 2. Claude!
As he's barking, Ben kind of takes a closer look at the golf cart, kind of identify if it was like a cut or if there's just any, like he cut it on something, or just like taking a look at it. See if any clues kind of set him off to what would have caused this.
You actually find some teeth embedded in the grill of the golf cart.
How fast was this golf cart going?
Doesn't have to hit somebody that hard. You've been to you ever been to Put-in Bay? Those things fly.
They can fly.
Yeah, they go pretty quick.
Ben kind of like kneels as he sees the teeth in the front of the golf cart.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he kind of like...
Yeah, Grova starts to lose his shit.
Old fucker probably just had a stroke and
Maybe...
mashed it.
Yeah, but where's the body?
is that about... He's like looking to see if that's head level of the wheelchair. Like if someone is in a wheelchair, would he bounce his face off the grill around there?
As you do that, you hear somebody kind of faintly yelling from like, in the woods. Grover! Is that you? Is that you, man? I'm hurt. I'm hurt bad.
Is that your brother, Grover?
Yeah, he starts stomping into the woods. Claude, where are you at? Where you at?
So Ben doesn't have... He has a track phone, like a flip phone still. So he goes to the S10. Is there like a flashlight in the bed or anything like that to help?
Yeah, there would be a flashlight there.
Connor would look at Raj. Raj, can I see that phone of yours again? I'm gonna have to call 911 on this one.
Here you go.
Yeah, as that happens, you don't hear any sirens, but you see red and blue lights kind of flashing from around the corner, and you hear the sound of an oncoming car.
Connor would kind of stop. Oh, maybe they're on their way. And he straightens out his vest a little bit.
Yeah, like, within 10 seconds, like a police cruiser that says Stone Table Lake State Park kind of pulls up, and a gentleman gets out of the cruiser. Oh, Jesus Christ! He kind of gets out. Like the typical policeman with the flashlight up, right? Kind of held in like a stabbing position. Kind of points it around. Looks at the golf cart. Looks at the wheelchair on the ground. Oh shit! He tries to call in for backup. His goddamn thing's not working. Puts his radio back in the cruiser and comes out. Hello? He kind of walks towards the truck and the SUV. Anybody there?
Yeah, we're here. And Connor would walk out. Ah, perfect. I was just about to dial 911. We got a feller hurt down there in the ravine there in the woods.
Feller her, is that right?
Jeez.
Yeah, he might need an ambulance if you bring one here.
He goes back to the radio and you hear him say something to dispatch and comes back and says, "Where are you boys headed? You got a lot of problems up at Stormy Point. I just left there. There's 3 or 4 ambulances just in that community alone." He kind of looks around. I don't see anybody hurt.
He's in the woods over there, and Connor would point. By the way, I'm Deputy Marshal Connors that's in here. Didn't catch your name, officer.
Lieutenant Jim Thimble. He kind of holds out a hand to shake your hand. Work for a state park service by day. I do a little security for Bella Storm at night up at Stormy Point Village.
Bill leaves. Bill's like, oh, fuck this. God, these guys suck.
They multiplied.
He immediately goes towards, I think, Ben. Is Ben going in the woods? Or?
Yeah, he grabbed he went to the bed of the S10, grabbed a flashlight or two, and then went after Grover to find his brother.
Yeah, he'll follow Ben.
As they're leaving, Connor would ask the officer there, "So what's going on up there at Stormy Point with all the ambulances?"
So Grover's stomping into the woods towards Claude, and Ben's with him.
Yep.
And Bill.
Billy Baker. I'm going to take Ted's character off the map here. Okay. I don't know what's going on. You know how it is. When half your population's over 80 years old, I mean, your life expectancy is not going to be high. Turnover rate for those condos is, they got to be through the roof. I mean, they only lease them 3 years at a time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but 3 ambulances in one spot at one time? It's a little abnormal, ain't it?
Well, with the power outages the way they've been in the brownouts. Half those old men's been smoking for 60 years. You got the old oxygen compressor running on overdrive.
That's right. He'll smile. Well, I reckon, and he kind of looks, well, there should be somebody that drove that their golf cart, and then there's somebody in a wheelchair. I imagine, I think that young man's named Grover there was, his brother was in a wheelchair, if I remember correctly. So there should be one more person somewhere.
Yeah, I want to go take a look. Well, federal marshal. Looks like he's
living the dream.
He's thinking to himself. And as you guys start to walk towards the road, and he says, "Don't see many of you boys down here. What's the big business having you down towards Table Rock Lake?"
Well, this is the typical government business. Going after some of the wayward fugitives down this way.
My prayers are with you. You know, me and my wife Betty, we are religious people. We do pray every night, and every night when I go to work, we pray that I come home safely, and so far it's worked. So when I lay my head down tonight, Mr. What did you say your name was?
Connor Stetson.
Officer Stetson. He makes a little note in his prayer journal.
And if they're gonna go off to the woods with the others, Connor's gonna go back and grab a shotgun because it has a flashlight on it,
Mhm.
and he's gonna use it to light his way. No mean to alarm you. I just needed a flashlight.
Yeah, and so in the woods, Ben and Grover and Bill, you kind of walk in there, not far into the woods. These pine forests here, kind of like in the picture. The undergrowth isn't really that thick, but it's really really dark, probably darker than in the picture. And you hear Claude kind of like, "Come here, help! I think my leg's broken, man." Grover starts to laugh. "You couldn't walk to begin with, Claude." And it kind of goes towards him. "Jesus, man, what happened?" And he starts to say something, but then Ben and Bill and Grover, you see 3 figures lumbering towards you in the woods. And you start to hear some strange noises. Give me a scout check. Any pushes?
Shouldn't I have a stress on there?
4D. Did you give yourself a stress?
It didn't.
A
It
manual
did
one?
not give myself one. I'm sorry. You want me to roll
Yeah.
it again?
Or you just roll a d6 and it's
Yep.
a 1.
Yeah. We're missing Raj, huh?
Nope.
Oh, Raj.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think Zypher was going to play. I didn't have him in the scene here. Let me bring old Raj on board. Sorry, Raj.
What's the push do?
So push gives you a stress die and lets you re-roll.
How many stress die we get?
Just as many as you want.
The more stress die you have, the higher the chance something bad
But you also
happens.
get more
and also the
dice.
higher chance of succeed. Yeah.
Okay.
Risk of failure, higher risk of failure, or high risk to succeed.
That's push.
There you go. The other 2 don't see him. But Bill Baker, what do you do as you see 3 shapes wandering towards you? Now, they're not decomposed like here. But you see 3 of them walking towards you. And one of them, Bill, is Mr. Charlie that you just sold the drugs to, right?
He's got the cigarette, and he's kind of finding it funny that the old man flew this far. And he's like, "Man, I wish I could have seen that." And he's taking a drag of his cigarette, and he like looks up and he sees these guys coming. He's like, "Hey, Charlie, is that you?" Because he probably can't make them out too well
Yeah.
in the dark.
Exactly. And he lunges towards you. What do you do?
Oh
You
shit!
can pick any
He's gonna
skill.
backpedal.
Any skill. All 3 of these guys are going to suffer a single walker attack.
Oh yeah, he's gonna try to knock him out.
Okay.
Is that close combat?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we have to do initiative or
Nope.
something?
Not for this type of thing.
Alright.
No. You can push it if you would like.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it.
2 successes.
There we
What
go.
does it look like? What happens?
So, at first he's like, "Charlie, is that you?" And when he lunges at him, he probably comes in and he grabs him by the shirt and goes to claw him across the face, and, tear into his face. And he gets all close to him, sees he's all wild-eyed and messed up. And he's able to catch his hand before he actually gets any damage onto him. And he stumbles back with him for a minute. He's like, "You motherfucker!" And then he like throws him into a tree off of him and starts to backpedal.
Yeah, you throw him off of a tree, and there's a stump of a branch sticking out at 90 degrees, and just thunk, goes right into the occiput of his skull, and thunk, stands there, and blood drips out of Charlie's mouth. His eyes are milky white. He's not decomposed though. Like, I don't know what happened. Is he just on these drugs? Is it the drugs you sold him? What is the drugs? What happens to Grover? Grover tries to push his away. He uses force. 0 successes. He suffers a walker attack. Oh no! Describe it, Raj. Since you're an NPC, I'll give you some more roleplay to do. What happens to Grover?
Yeah, Grover's waddling with his fat ass, and he doesn't get out of his own way in time. And there's this like bloody mangled claw, which is already, it looks it's filled with gangrene. Doesn't make sense so quickly. And he just tries to grab at Grover's face. Grover instinctively jerks back, but not in time, where he catches the top part of his ear and just rips it off. Grover steps back, screaming, as there's just a bloody mess on his right side where the ear should have been. Now it's just a hole with blood all over.
He's screaming back. He barely gets away after his ears ripped off, blood streaming down his chest. What does Ben do? As Baldy lurches for him.
Ben, yeah, as he was kind of leaning down, getting ready to help up Grover's brother, he hears this noise and he doesn't think much to it. But then as he sees it like lunging at him, he uses his, kind of quick reflexes to kind of dodge and get away from this psychopath. So he's going to use mobility. Oh, I'm going to push that. Whew.
Nice.
How do you get away?
Yeah, he just kind of, years of experience, he just kind of like vaults and kind of almost does like a jump backwards and just backpedals. The thing isn't particularly fast. He kind of sees the face with his flashlight and this weird look in its eyes and maybe like black lines under its skin around its mouth, and he just kind of gets away from it like, what the fuck? And he starts like immediately going back to the road, leaving Bill, Grover, and I can't remember Grover's brother, the cripple, behind. Kalad. He's like, he just fucking yells, what the fuck? And he like hollers and he goes, Connor. And does he know the officer? What was his name?
Jim Thimble. Yeah, you probably have seen him around.
He's probably, he goes, Jim, Marshall, Agent, whatever you are, get the fuck over here. And he kind of like runs towards the street.
Yeah, as it happened, Grover like grabs his brother, blood streaming down from the ear, and like grabs Claude underneath the arms, right, and starts to pull him towards where the police cruiser, the SUV, and the pickup is. All the while, the flannel is just kind of the flannel zombies just kind of stumbling after him.
Question, Bo. I noticed that there's a rifle butt as a weapon. Would that be like the butt of the shotgun?
What do you mean?
So there's a weapon called the rifle butt. It's just the stock of the weapon of the gun.
It's probably the same for all of them.
Okay.
So if you want to give your character like both of those, that'd be fine. Yeah.
All right, that's what I was wondering, because I was like, I wonder how you find a rifle butt. But so Connor hearing Ben yell for him and starts quickening his pace to get to them. And then as he makes his way down, he probably sees Ben because Ben started coming up towards him. And you look at Ben, what the hell's going on?
3 psychopaths are attacking us. They just tore off Grover's ear. Get in there.
And he'll start going through, and he'll look over at the officer there. You got pepper spray with you?
Yeah, he has it on his belt. And he kind of takes a few steps towards the woods and kind of sees what's going on. Oh shit! Starts going back to his cruiser to get his weapon.
Connor still looks over and sees him start walking back, and Connor will continue down towards Grover and Bill there. And Connor, Grover's getting attacked right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's stumbling after him as he's pulling Claude back to where the cars are.
Okay, he'll make his way, and he'll kind of stop short of him, and U.S. Marshal,
Yeah.
hold it right there and put your hands where I can see him. He'll point the shotgun at him.
Keeps going closer and closer to Grover.
And he's not stopping.
No. 5,
Connor,
4, 3,
Connor will start walking towards
2,
him.
1, and he goes towards Grover again. Grover tries to push him off this time again with his feet, just kind of kicking him around this time. No! No!
Oh!
Oh no! He's broken. He's broken. Hey, zombie describer, Cypher, describe what that looks like.
He's getting chewed on, huh? Oh, it's over for Grover, isn't it?
It's over. Now he has to also suffer a crit and a point of stress, which he can't since he's a destroyed eye too. What's it look like, Cypher?
Sorry, say it again.
What does it look like as Connor Stetson hesitates to shoot, and now the zombie has fallen upon Grover, has ripped out his left kneecap, and now is gouging out his eye.
Yeah, at that point, Grover, just falls to the ground. Looks like, a fat wild boar in the plains, as these hungry walking cadavers, jump on it and start ripping at his fat belly and body as they start dismembering him. Blood, gore, guts, everywhere.
So Connor, seeing Grover getting viciously mauled there, he is not going to hesitate to shoot.
Does anybody
tried
not have at least 1 point of stress yet?
I have 2.
I got the
Yeah.
one.
Got two.
Okay, and Raj doesn't get me. Okay, and okay, take your shot. What does it look like as you blow him away?
Yeah, so Connor had tried to do the legal thing there. Sees that once he says it, the guy doesn't stop, falls on top of Grover and starts biting at him. At that point, Connor feels he'd be justified using lethal force. He puts the shotgun up and tries one more time to gain control of him through voice commands, and once that fails, he just lets go of a round. And then, of course, the nice carnage that results from that, the blood spraying. Kind of take another, because there's another one walking, right?
It's Ben's turn.
Yeah, he'll
Ben can go first if he wants.
Oh, Ben's continuing to
Oh, yeah,
back
okay.
up. He has no
Yeah.
weapons. He has nothing. He's letting the people with guns do the work. He just kind of yells after he sees the cop hesitate.
Yeah.
Grover gets his knee burst. He goes, "Fucking shoot
Yeah,
him!"
Jim Thimble's taking his pistol out too. Connor, you gonna shoot him?
Yeah, Connor will level out and seeing what's going on there. He doesn't know, he just thinks they might be on drugs or something. Connor would aim low not to try to kill him, but to try to get him to stop. And he'll shoot him in the leg, or shoot at his leg.
Miss.
Bill's got a pistol.
Yep. You can shoot at him too if you would like.
Bill is actually looking at Charlie. Charlie's dead, huh? When he threw him into the tree,
Yeah.
right? He's like, Charlie, and he still doesn't quite realize. He's like, what the fuck? And he's pulling his pistol out because he sees the other ones, and the other ones that attacked Grover. But he's going to start looking through Charlie's clothes and grab his drugs that he sold him earlier.
Take your drugs.
The hell is bend over there?
But if he gets a chance, he'll turn and fire at Baldy. Gotta prioritize there though.
Take a shot.
There it is.
Oh, here. All right, you got him. What's it look like as you pop him?
As the super cop misses, he grabs his drugs and he's got his pistol in his other hand, and he just kind of like aims at the back of the zombie's head as the zombie's walking towards him, and fires right into the back of his head. His brain splatter just drops.
Connor would do a quick scan. What the fuck is going on?
Claude is, at this point, crying hysterically. He's paralyzed from the legs down at baseline, and now you can see there's an open fracture of his tib fib on the left. He's kind of scooting himself back towards Jim's police cruiser. This is Officer Thimble. Call him back up. Call him back up. Over. Just static.
Ben looks to Raj. Help me drag these two up to the road so we can do some first aid, get a tourniquet or something on these legs. Grover, how you doing, buddy? You all right? And he knows he's just fucking
blood's coming up out of his mouth. His left eye is hanging out. Is Claude okay?
He's all right. He's got a hurt leg, but he's doing okay. You hang in there, buddy. We're gonna get you some help. We're gonna get an ambulance, get you to the doc.
Just make sure Claude's okay. It's too late for me, buddy. I've written my last song.
No, you got plenty more shitty songs to write in your future. Don't worry about it, buddy. Come on. And he looks to Raj. He goes, now fucking help me.
Help with what? He's fucking huge.
Yeah, that's why it's two of us. Let's go.
Oh man, I've got a weak lower back, you know. I've got sciatica. Fuck this.
Thimble walks
But
towards. Good.
But he starts helping Ben. And he's like, fuck, what the fuck is going on? What's this bullshit, man?
I don't know. Thimble kind of says, EMS or no? Here, get him in the cruiser. I'll get him over to Branson. There'll be help there. Come on, everybody. Claude, good to see you, man. I'm sorry about your brother. We're gonna patch him up. We're gonna patch him up, okay? He's in Jesus' hands now. Come on.
Yeah, if the cop lets him, he's going to put both Grover and his brother in there because his brother has a broken leg, and obviously Grover's significantly worse. He's like, you get these to the hospital right quick.
Roger that. I don't know what happened here. Fucking drugs, man. I don't know. Either way, you boys be safe. I'm sure cleanup crew will get here soon enough. Holy shit! And he'll take off down the road unless they're stopped.
I mean, no reason to stop him.
Yeah. Adrenaline's still kind of pumping. He kind of whirls on Connor. He goes, where the fuck did you learn your training? You don't shoot to wound. You shoot to kill. What the fuck?
Well, and he looks at Bill. Why would I kill somebody? Well, they might have been high on something, but I can't just go around killing people. He wasn't posing a threat to you. You should have just punched him.
Yeah, tell that to fucking Grover.
Well, he kind of looks back at the crime scene there. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And you look at Bill. What kind of drugs you slinging over there, Bill?
Hey, that ain't nothing, man. I ain't selling shit like that. Motherfucker tried to eat me.
You didn't give him no salts or nothing?
Nah, man. I gave him some painkillers, that's all.
Oh, fuck. And he'll look at him and look at Ben. Did you recognize any of the ones that were attacking you all?
Yeah, that was Charlie. I don't know the other guy.
Were they any, now that kind of it's quiet for a second, Ben will shine his light on the two that were killed. Does he recognize either of them, like maybe members of Stormy Point or frequents the resort?
Yeah, give me a 1d6, 50-50. Yep. Two of them were maintenance folks up at Stormy Point.
He sees him and goes, that there's John and that's freaking Brady. They're employees up at Stormy Point. Maintenance primarily. The fuck was wrong with them? And he kind of looks at their face and kind of has an immediate flashback to the milky dead eyes of the one that lunged at him. He goes, what the hell is going on up there?
And Connor looks at Ben. Is that the same place we were heading to where all the ambulances are right now?
I'm guessing so.
And he'll kind of check his weapon real fast, and well, I think that's where we should go. Because something going on up there. If these two are down here all messed up on something, I hate to see what those paramedics are dealing with up in the condos there. They're gonna need some help.
You fucking crazy? You getting high on Bill's supply? I ain't going up there. Fuck that.
You kind of smile. It's just a bunch of old people, man. What you worried about? We were on the way up there to check them anyways.
You're law enforcement. You go do your thing. I ain't going up there.
Connor will start closing up his trunk where he grabbed the shotgun for him. This time he doesn't put it back, though. He's holding on to it. Well, only one way to see what's going on up there is to go take a look, I guess. Anybody coming with me? Hop in his Tahoe.
Bill looks over at Ben and then back at Connor, like he's thinking about it, and he says, "We should probably just head back to the damn bar, you know? I mean, what the hell are we doing up there? Saving some old people? I don't give a fuck about those
You
people."
do know, Bill, that a lot of these old people have money, and
They do have many drugs. That's
They
right.
do
That's
have
why he wanted to
drugs.
go up there, trying to steal their shit. That thought hits him again. He says, well, maybe, maybe they might need our help. It's like his demeanor changes totally when he remembers that.
He sees Bill say that and he's just like, what? And he kind of like rubs his hand over his mouth and he thinks, and he kind of thinks to some of the people up there, and he knows there's a family or two still there, and he pauses and thinks, and he knows a lot of those old people are kind of helpless and something's clearly going on, and that freaking guilty conscience starts tugging away and finally goes, fine, I ain't fucking going unarmed. If you guys don't have an extra gun, I'm gonna go rummage something out of the back of the S10.
Connor, of course, not knowing it's in the world, he can't offer up his government issue there. I have a rifle. I have a assault rifle in the back. If the old people are feeling a little jumpy, maybe you go offload on them with that. Kind of smile. Or you could take a club, and just in case you need to beat some mafia. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from these old people. They seem kind of old to me.
Is there like a pipe or something on that broken down vehicle there or something?
I don't know what other chat GPT decided to put on there.
Does Ben have a weapon in his S10?
No, it's a company car. I don't have shit.
You don't have a utility knife or nothing?
No. I don't have anything on me. I'm an employee of a resort. I'm not fucking law enforcement. Some fucking drug dealer that's fucking strapped.
And you notice how Connor ain't giving him any grief about being strapped or having drugs, right?
Yeah, what's his deal? He's
I'll
here
follow
for some
you in the
reason.
I'll follow you in the S10, but I'm keeping them windows up and that fucking door locked.
All right, and Connor will start his Tahoe back up. Keep the lights on. Who's Raj riding with?
No, Raj will ride in the Tahoe and take shotgun. He's not riding in that ratty old S10. Not after what's fucking happened. And Raj is like, he's losing his shit. Did you see that? What the fuck? What's going on? Drugs don't do that. No way.
And what you see in the news things about salts, these people must have been getting high in one of their rooms or something.
Oh yeah, down in Florida.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, people don't get high and start eating faces. This ain't fucking Florida.
Connor would turn the siren back on, and he wouldn't use the siren if there's no traffic. He would just use his lights and start driving towards the old people.
Yeah, weirdly no traffic now. At first, we're going to have Raj describe a scene that happens 20 minutes from now on the way into Branson, Missouri. And then I'm going to let Bill Baker describe what it looks like as you guys roll into this retirement community that's eerily quiet. No ambulances even that you can see. But first, Cypher, what's it look like as Lieutenant Thimble brings the Cleveland brothers to Ozark, or to Branson?
Yeah, the lights are flashing, and you can hear the engine gunning. The lieutenant is like driving like crazy, trying to get to the ER to save Grover's life. You can hear Claude in the back, Grover, stay with me, bud, stay with me. Grover's just mumbling at this point. He's spitting out blood's full of air. It's clearly a punctured lung. Grover's choking on his own fluids at this point. And Claude says, Grover, and kind of slaps him across his face. And eventually there's just a gurgle, and then that's it, silence. And Claude turns to the lieutenant. Drive faster!
I drive as fast as we can. It's like me and everybody else is trying to get out of this damn vacation community. How's your brother doing back there? I haven't heard anything from him in a long time. Grover, you still with us, buddy?
No, he stopped breathing. I'm trying to resuscitate him. Yeah. And then, Claude
Check his
looks
pulse.
to
Check
Grover.
his pulse.
He
Does he
looks
still
to
have
the
a pulse?
Claude checks his pulse. There's no pulse.
God damn.
But let me check again. And this time Claude is, kind of bent over Grover, and he's checking his pulse. His neck is, close by. Claude moves his ears closer to Grover's face to see if he can hear him breathe. Maybe he's shallow breathing, and then he's not breathing. And Claude looks up towards the lieutenant to try and say something. He doesn't see Grover's eyes open. They open, and it's not human eyes looking up now. They were human eyes, but it's milky. It's dead. And the last thing Claude hears is that hungry growl. When he turns around and he sees his brother's face looking at him, mouth wide open, biting into his face, starting to rip chunks off his face. The lieutenant looks in his rear view and he sees fratricide. He sees Grover chomping down on Claude.
What's going on
He
back
cannot
there? What's
believe
going
what
on?
he's seeing. All he hears is chomping, and then the fat ass of Grover starts getting up from the seat, crawling over to the front seat, and he's on the lieutenant's neck and starts biting, chomping. Blood's everywhere. The car starts careening over. Eventually it loses control, gets into a ditch, scrambles up a ditch, hits against. The lieutenant's wearing a seatbelt, so he's fine, but Grover's fat ass goes flying through the windshield into the forest and gets impaled on a tree branch. As the lieutenant looks, the world's starting to turn red and then eventually black. Tunnel vision sets in. He tries to close the wound on his neck. He can't. The blood just keeps gushing, won't stop. And then fade to black.
But in the quiet community of Stormy Point, Bill Baker lets the scene as a beat-down S10 pickup and a rather pristine SUV pull into the neighborhood. It is eerily quiet, and you come to a stop in front of Miss Daisy's condominium.
Bill's looking at the gun, probably in the back seat, thinking about the last time he used this gun, and the last time he had a fight with his ex-wife and left the house, leaving behind his 10-year-old son and his ex-wife, and came all the way out here, to get away from them all. Now he's thinking if he made the right choice or not, and all he's been caring about now is taking people's money and selling junk, getting by while he can, living for himself, going out fishing, not being bothered by anybody, not having to do anything for anybody but himself, just being completely selfish, and then he's just kind of blown away by what he had to do to Charlie, as he looks at the bloody bag of pills, and he stuffs it back in his pocket, looks up ahead at the houses as they're driving by, and notices they're just starting to mention that there's like nobody out there. There's nobody out in the streets at all. Totally empty. It's a very strange scene for what's been happening tonight, and they start to creep up to these empty looking house.
Raj, Connor, and Ben.
Connor would be looking around. I thought that lieutenant said there would be ambulances everywhere here. I haven't seen one yet.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right. I'm telling you, this is not a drug overdose. This is, and Raj kind of just trails off.
Connor would wave for Ben to pull up because he doesn't know where this Daisy's house is.
Yeah, Ben, once they get in there, he kind of takes the lead in the S10, gets up to Miss Daisy's house, kind of stops, puts it in park, and with the window still up, he kind of starts looking around, seeing how eerily quiet it is, and really contemplates for a long time whether he's actually going to get out, but again, he feels a little bit guilty and gets out.
Connor, seeing that this is where they stopped at, would get out as well. Ben, just keep your eyes out. Any of those weird salt-eating people come around.
Yeah, salty. He kind of goes back to the S10 and looks for something, a pipe, a crowbar, something he can use.
Bill, you too. You got keys for this place, Ben, or no?
No, there's no keys. You go knock.
Okay. Connor, still holding the shotgun, walks up to the door and gives it the cop knock. Nice loud booms echoing through the house.
Give me a scout, Mr. Connor.
The old cock knock.
No answers, but you hear something coming from inside. Kind of sounds like it's a little bit further away, not like right behind the door, but you hear somebody in there. Nobody's answering. Actually, you knock on the door, and you hear that, and you notice that it's standing ajar by like an inch.
And nobody comes. The door's ajar about an inch. Connor's gonna foot the door open, nice and easy like, and point his shotgun with the flashlight on the inside. Kind of clear the hallway there with the door. And he's as he walks in, he's gonna yell out, U.S. Marshals, I'm entering the house for a wellness check.
Yeah, you don't hear anything. Now that the sound seems to have stopped for the most part. You go into this house, and it's pretty much what you see here. The power's not completely out. You see, a couple of those little mannequins that old people collect, those little statues. Well, I forget what they're called. Humboldts or something like that.
Humboldts, the
Yeah.
porcelains.
There's those. A couple of them look like they're broken, but there are lights on, but just deep shadows, and you hear, nobody else can hear, but you hear like some footsteps coming from upstairs. The rest of you guys can do scout or scavenge the house, look around, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. You know what Bill's doing for those cabinets in the bathroom.
Does Ben come in the house, or is he still?
No, I don't have shit. I'm staying in the car. Fuck you. You're a cop. Go do
Ben's
your
in the car
job.
still.
Good to see that Bill's coming in.
Yeah, Bill's got his gun out.
Raj, what's Raj doing?
Raj is standing at the door. Hey, old lady, you alive?
And Connor, after hearing the footsteps, he's gonna look at Bill, since Bill's in there. Sounds like somebody's up. Well, Bill and Raj. Sounds like somebody's upstairs. Where's the stairway at? Is it kind of close to where they came in at?
Yeah, it's to the left a little bit.
Yeah, so Connor's gonna start making his way upstairs, but he's after the little incident, he concerned that maybe somebody's inside the old lady's house, right? If there, if anybody's gotten high and got inside and started eating the old lady or something. After watching what happened to go over, he's gonna keep his shotgun pointed out as he starts walking the stairs, and as he starts walking up, he gets is it like a see-through banister or anything like that around the stairwell?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, give me another scout check there, sir.
All right, because as he starts going up, he's gonna start looking there. He's turning his body so he can see the full breadth of it. Let me get the scout open here.
You see,
Bill's gonna try to be real quiet.
yep, Billy boy, you trying to be quiet, scouting around? Why don't you give me a stealth then?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to let Connor be the brave man and watch his back, so to speak. Way back.
Raj, what are you doing?
Oh, Raj is going to be at the door. He's not going in. He has no
Yeah,
weapons.
you see that, Ben Morton. What does it look like, and what are your thoughts as you see Raj hanging out by the door, and you see Connor and Bill go in?
He's playing a lot of thoughts in his mind. Why is there a federal agent here? Why does this drug dealer seem so caring about Miss Daisy? Where is everybody? It's late and they're in an old person's neighborhood, but it's not that late. There should be some signs of life. He's wishing he was back at his double wide right now because he has his old trusty bayonet and a shotgun back there. Cursing himself for not carrying a pistol, but due to his background, getting a pistol is fairly difficult right now due to the background checks required. He was able to pick up his shotgun at a gun swap. He sits there thinking about this, checking the rear view mirrors, looking around. He sees Raj standing at the door. He doesn't hear shouting or gunshots, so that's a good sign. But he's leaving the car running, that's for sure.
Bill Baker and Connor Stetson come up, and as you kind of come upstairs, both of you hear the sound of voices. And you see a TV turned on to CNN. As promised, it's 8 o'clock p.m. and the president has an address for the nation. And as you stand at the top of the steps, you guys can see the TV playing, just tuned on this station that you don't know how long it's been tuned on this station. And got a little handout. This is a really good one. All right, tell me if you guys can see this now. You see Mr. Obama talking?
Introduction.
Go down to presidential address.
Oh, no.
You guys scroll down.
Click on presidential address and see if that pops up.
The president's
See
dog.
it? So you see Barack Obama on the TV. He looks very tired. Behind him are 3 or 4 soldiers kind of spread out. My fellow Americans, today I address you just not as your president, but as a fellow citizen deeply concerned about the unprecedented challenges we face. We are confronted with a mysterious and formidable disease, one that defies our current understanding of medicine and science. This disease has led to the unthinkable, our loved ones exhibiting aggressive behavior. In response to this crisis, our government is taking decisive action. For the safety and security of our nation, we are implementing a temporary state of martial law. This is a measure of last resort, of course, but it is essential to maintain order and protect our communities. I assure you, this decision was not made lightly. Our foremost responsibility is to safeguard the well-being of every American. To this end, our government leadership, including myself, will be going into a secure lockdown. It is necessary to preserve the continuity of our government and ensure that we can effectively manage this crisis. I understand the fear and uncertainty that many of you are feeling. This situation is unlike anything we have faced in our lifetimes, but in times like these, we must remember who we are as a nation. We are a people of resilience, of courage, and of unwavering spirit. I have every hope and belief that we will overcome this challenge, but it will take time, a collective effort, and sacrifice on the behalf of all Americans. We'll need to rely on the expertise of our scientists, the bravery of our healthcare workers, and the cooperation of every citizen. However, let me be clear. The security of our nation and the safety of our people are paramount. I cannot and will not risk the well-being of our country. We must stand united and hold fast to the hope that better days are ahead. We'll get through this together as one nation, indivisible. Stay strong, stay safe, and may God bless you all, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you. And as Obama ends his address, Connor and Bill, with your stealth and your scout rolls, you see a diminutive figure shuffling through the shadows, past the television screen. And as it turns to you, it appears to be a child. And the child comes closer and closer to you. What do you do?
Connor's gonna focus on. He's gonna point the shotgun because he heard through Obama's address there disease that causes aggressive behavior. So he's now he's got a whole nother threat he's thinking of is people who are sick, right? And he kind of backs up. He's like, and he looks at the kid, trying to think of the best. Does he groan at him?
10 feet away.
Decision's been made. If he's groaning, he's gonna
5 feet away.
He's gonna rifle butt
About
him.
Bill.
Bill will aim at him. If he's rifle butting him, he's not going to shoot.
All right, Connor, you suffer the attack, so make your skill check. You messed up. Oh, Bill Baker messed up on his stealth.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. I would just look
Increasing
that
the
up.
threat level
I was like,
by
what
3.
is that?
And I will deal with that with the scene that's going on outside now. You pushed it. You pushed that shit real quick, didn't you? What's it look like as you do in the Ginger Boy?
So seeing it, I imagine he's turned, right? So see as he gets closer, he looks kind of reminds him of the you know what the people look like shuffling around there at the golf cart accident there, and he just swats him with the butt of his shotgun.
Bill Baker, give me an endure check, and if you fail that, you will get a point of stress as well. Connor already got one because he had to push his roll, but you're seeing this little boy get his head caved in right in front of you, right? Yeah, you're a cold-hearted fucking drug dealer. You don't care. All right, so show me the rest of the scene, and you still hear. Now you're upstairs, and you hear some thump, thump, thump coming from behind the door.
After Connor hits the kid, he's gonna, as he's pointing the shotgun still at the doorway, he's gonna say to Bill there, "Did you see that kid's fucking eyes? These people must be sick. That means the old lady must be sick. Did you hear Obama? He said disease that makes people aggressive. Perhaps that's what we saw down there at the golf carts."
Fucking thanks, Obama.
And he's in at this point, Connor's, since he's in a pretty defensible situation, he's gonna yell out, "U.S. Marshal, if you do not walk out that door with your hands in the air, you will be shot."
You don't hear anything now. The thumping has stopped.
We know you're in there. You can walk right on out. If I have to turn that corner, I'm shooting first, asking questions later.
Hey, you got this, right? I'm just going to go down here and make sure the first floor is clear.
You go, look. What do you mean I got this? What if there's more in there?
He starts to go down the stairs.
Jim goes back down the stairs. Okay, as he's going back down the stairs, you can see kind of outside where Ben has the car parked, and you can see Raj kind of hanging out towards his tour step, and all 3 of you guys, like, you start to hear some car alarms go off down the street, and you start to see some people like running outside to their cars, and then you see other like shapes just kind of shambling shambling after them. And I'm going to change the scene here. I'm going to pull out some tokens. And the threat level is now 3, meaning they know you're there. There's lots around, and they are coming towards you guys. Here we go.
Hell yeah. I'll be right back.
Ben and Raj are outside. All right, so Ben, what do you see? What do you do now?
So I see people fleeing their homes, getting into cars, being followed by walkers,
You don't know
basically.
why. It's all in character, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He sees the kind of same movements, the same shamble that he saw from the 3 individuals in the woods. And he can tell who's a normal person based on the, speed and desperation of their movements and kind of running for cars. And are any of the walkers heading towards them yet? Or
Not quite yet. Not quite yet, but you see a dad run out with like 2 daughters in each arm. He throws them in the back and he fucking drops his keys trying to get into the car. Trying to get in, picks up the keys, drops them again. Shit! And then behind him, just tears into him. And you see this blood spray over. This is like the next house over, right? The blood just sprays up over the windshield. And you see the guy go down.
And you said the girls were not in the car yet?
He threw the 2 girls in the car.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ben sees that and he knows he has to act, and he puts the car into drive and he starts driving towards it, towards the walker. And while I assume it's just like on top of the dad.
Give me mobility. What does it look like as you take him out?
Yeah, he hammers on the gas, and he goes into protection mode for those kids, and he slams right into it, and there's just kind of like a wet thud is like the soft tissue impact of the front of the S10, and it sends him maybe barreling, and the head, is just opened up from the chrome bumper and the rubbing on the pavement and bouncing off the curb, and he unlocks the door, the side door, passenger door, and he kind of shoves it open. He yells to the girls, "Get in, hurry, quick!"
Yeah, they run into your car. They are screaming, "Daddy! Daddy, no!" Give yourself a point of stress.
Don't look. Oh, I don't take stress.
Oh,
I'm
because
disillusioned.
the kids?
Oh, I'm disillusioned. Horrible acts of violence don't bug me, but the stress of the kids might.
Once you do a double low, if you get a 1 or 2, you take the stress. So 2d6. Yep.
Doubt. There it is.
Yeah. So you're broken up about the kids.
So that's
right?
it's bugging him. The amount of the seeing two little girls see their daddy get ripped apart, essentially killed in front of them in such a horrific way. It really bothers Ben, and he puts it in reverse and looks back and says, "Don't look, girls, don't look. Just keep your heads down. Buckle up, buckle up." And he puts it in reverse and goes back to Daisy's house and rolls the window down. It's time to fucking go. Let's go. Raj, get in.
Raj, you see this all happening as well. What do you do?
Yeah, Raj kind of looks around. He's like, what the fuck is going on? This is not a drug problem. This is not a fucking drug problem. And he sees Ben kind of run over another human, pick up 2 girls and come running back. Raj is like, fuck this. And he comes running down the stairs and jumps into the bed of the pickup.
Give me a
Let's get the fuck out of here.
mobility check as you make your way there, because they're all about on you.
Gonna push it.
I don't think NPCs can push it.
Oh no.
Did you roll? I haven't seen it yet. Did you roll?
Uh-oh.
It's just, yeah,
Yes, 0
Nothing?
successes.
Okay.
nothing.
All right. Here you go. You get to roll again. Pick a skill on how you're going to avoid the walkers.
Oh, shit, I get to go roll again? Okay.
So one of them's on you, and we'll see what happens after this skill check. So you can do
Would
you can do
survival
anything.
work here?
Survival is more like woodsy skills. Yeah,
Oh,
but you
woodsy
can use
skills.
any
Okay,
other
okay.
skills that make sense. Force to push him away, mobility to
Yeah.
run away, close combat just to hit with your fist. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll try
Okay.
force. So.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
nice.
You get to go again. Mobility.
Oh,
shit.
so lucky. There we go.
All right, so tell them what it looks like as you
Nice.
fall going down the steps. One's shoveling after you. You turn around and fall down again, and finally get away and get the car. Just explain that to me.
Yeah.
Typical horror
So
movie
Raj
stuff.
is like what? Yeah. Raj was at the door, and he turns around, sees these walkers coming in, and he's completely frozen in place, looking at them and seeing what Ben has done with his vehicle, and seeing Ben come screeching back. Raj doesn't realize there's actually walkers behind him, and then as Ben comes screeching over, telling him to jump over, Ben sees the walker come up behind Raj and he's motioning, but Raj doesn't understand, and then he feels like a hand, out of thin air grasp at his back. Raj turns around, startled, and as he turns around startled, he loses his footing on the steps, and him losing the footing kind of saves his life, where if he had not lost his footing, the next thing would be this walker chomping down on his neck. Raj kind of tumbles down a few stairs, gets himself up again, and starts running, but this time there's another walker that kind of tries to come at him from the side and pushes Raj over. Raj tumbles down again, trying to get to the S10, and there's now walkers all around him, and he somehow just starts, just gets up, pushes them away, runs to the pickup and jumps into the back and starts screaming his head off, "Get the fuck out of here!"
All right, we're going to go back inside, friends. Back to the bedroom. Jim Baker's going down the steps, and you see Raj run outside. You see what's going on outside. But we're left with Connor standing outside the bedroom. What do you do, Connor?
So is there? I imagine there was a bunch of noise outside with all the mowing down
Oh
of
yeah,
people
you would
and
hear
stuff.
all that. Actually, yeah. Let's increase this threat level to 4.
Yeah, Connor at that point is going to start backing off. With the kid being dead and being diseased, his first thought is that the old lady's got the disease as well, and he's going to start backing off as soon as he hears some noise. He's going to make his way down the steps while covering his.
Yeah, you hear him pounding at the door now, and you hear behind the door. What does it look like as you boys, if you go downstairs? Bill Baker's probably heading down the steps too. Let's go. I'm gonna activate the house, right? You guys are just inside the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Miss Stacy's condo. Here we go. Ginger boy's dead. All right, what's it look like as you guys go downstairs and you see all this shit going on outside?
Yeah, Bill comes down the stairs and was gonna immediately start ransacking, searching through stuff for money, for drugs, and he's starting to look through stuff, and then he hears. Did you say they're coming into the door too?
They're
the front
it's
door.
threat level 4. They're starting to be everywhere.
Yeah, so you can hear them breaking through windows and stuff like that.
Oh, you found basic medical gear. I just did a scavenging roll. You found basic medical gear.
Nice.
I'll throw that on your sheet for you.
Cool. So he throws that in his jacket and then notices Connor come down the steps. Go ahead, Connor.
So the front door is closed. Is that correct, Bo?
No, it would be open. Raj would have kept it
would be
open.
ajar, I would say.
So there'd be zombies starting to pour in, or is there still
There's
space? So Connor, as he gets down to the bottom steps there and looks out the front door, they're all out there, right? There's no clear path for him to get to the
You
Tahoe.
don't have to roll mobility to get there.
He's gonna call. He's gonna keep his gun pointed at the door. He turned off his light so he wouldn't draw attention to himself, and he backs up towards and he's like, Bill, where the fuck are you?
Yeah, they're coming through the fucking windows, man.
And he backs up and he follows the voice to where Bill's at. I gotta have a fucking back door to here, I think. We gotta see if we can get out of it. They're all in the front. Perhaps they won't be in the back.
I don't know, man. I saw them they're coming through the windows in the kitchen. We gotta get to the car.
At that point you do hear one of the glass shatters.
And that's coming from the back
Yeah.
door area. Connor's gonna take a look to see if he can see like see if he can kind of glance through like a window to see how many are in the back, to see if it's an easier route to run out the back and beat feet instead of trying to go through a mob
Yeah,
out
give me a
front.
scout check.
Just trying to compare exits here.
You got a good scout skill, I think, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
You messed up though. Okay, you are going to so this is what I like about this system. You can succeed, but you messed up. So you guys find a clear way out the back. You're not going to have to do a mobility roll to get to the car. But Mr. Connor, you don't see one laying in the shrubbery outside, and it grabs your ankle as you go past and pulls itself towards you. What do you do?
So that's close combat range, right? Or is that short range?
You can do whatever you want.
Downwards.
Does it make sense? If
Yeah,
you use like if you lose like a
Connor's-
long gun at like right at engaged range, I'll probably give you some penalty. But
Gotcha. I mean, Connor. First thought in Connor's mind is to try to here. The first thing in Connor's mind is to try to I mean, the only thing on his mind is to point the shotgun down and see if he could just let go around
Give
there.
me a shotgun. What does it look like?
So yeah, he feels something grab his ankle and he barely looks down, just moves the shotgun with his head and he just shoots, hoping that whatever he hits lets go.
Oh, and you and Bill can run the car.
decaffeinated.
Fatality. So after that he beats feet to the car and gets right in the driver's side.
Let you guys role play that, and then we'll continue.
Yeah, once he gets in, he makes sure Bill's get in. Hurry up, get the fuck in.
Yeah. Bill's running, his pistol in his hand, looking around at all of these zombies coming out of the woodworks, realizing that this whole community is probably all monsters now.
Check out this next scene I'm going to show you. You guys are in the car.
Yeah.
It's a threat level 4, level 2 swarm. So this is when you fight a swarm of them, okay? So I think the level 2 is like 20 to 50 of them. But you guys are in a car. You got weapons, and the way it works is it goes in rounds. And so for a level 4 threat and a level 2 swarm, the swarm level is actually a sum of that, so it's 6. So the 4 of you guys need to get 6 successes in order to get out of this jam, or the threat level goes up, and you're going to keep spiraling. It's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And once it gets under threat level, once it gets under threat level 3, you're done. All right. So does that make sense? I don't know if you guys have read the book.
So
Yeah.
we got, is it cumulative
So
or
I'll
is
walk
it
you through it
individual?
here. I'll walk you through it. Let me pull out your tokens.
Sounds like it is, yeah.
Raj.
Like we all
Yeah, so
stack
there's
up
3,
our
and then somebody can do
successes.
leadership as well. And then you can also help people if there's a narrative way you can help. Okay, so Raj, Bill, Ben, who I don't have, Connor out there.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so we have 3 checks for the first round. So who wants to go first? And somebody can do leadership.
Ben, I can't do leadership, but
I only have 2 in empathy and I have 1 in leadership. But
you should shoot out the window instead.
yeah,
I was gonna say, it doesn't sound like a necessity.
I'm better with the gun, I think.
Ben will kick it off. So he sees them kind of like sprint and make it into the Tahoe, and he just puts it into drive. He's like, hang on, and then just floors it, and he just sees this huge mass of these people that are clearly infected, sick, whatever you want to call it. He hasn't adequately in the chaos and stress found a way to describe it, but he's just going to bowl them over. And I think based on the rules, I'm going to use my drive, never tell me the odds to add
Oh.
to my roll. Because I'm basically going to use mobility and start
You actually
mowing them
get
over
you
because
actually get
I'm
a
not
you actually get a
getting killed.
+2. You actually get a +2 from your car's mobility gives you a +2 as well. So give yourself a +4 on it.
Okay, so I'm going to get 4
Yep.
bonus dice. See if this works.
1 success.
Oh,
One
yeah.
success. Okay, so that's 1. That's 1. All right, and we're going to do that messed up here in a minute.
Oh.
All right,
Sorry.
we need 2 more checks.
Can I push that? Can I push that?
I don't think you can.
I have no idea.
Doesn't let you
I wonder why I went with you.
because of the mess up, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you mess up, you can't push it. Yep, that's it.
Okay, well, there you go. Never mind.
All right, Connor driving the car. He's looking for the path of least resistance. He's gonna use his scout. Scout to
Good,
kind of
good.
see like less masses. Maybe there's some kid zombies out there. You gotta roll over instead of adult zombies to do less damage. He's we can use our drive, right? Does what it takes. He's gonna definitely do what it takes, whatever it is to kind of get through this mess of people.
What's your drive?
Does what it
All right,
takes.
yep, give yourself a +2. So roll scout with a +2. It's 2 successes.
Jesus. I
2
can
successes.
I can
You
push
can push
that.
it. You can
We
push
need
it.
we need 6.
You can push it for more successes. Oh, so total of 4.
Oh,
So you have 5 total.
Nice.
You only need 1 more.
One.
Yep.
And I gotta go still. Am I the last
Yep,
one?
unless Raj wants to take your spot.
Yeah, blast some people there.
Yeah, I think like with all of them, how many there are, like maybe even some are jumping up onto the vehicle,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah, a couple of
and
them. One's gonna. Yeah.
like trying to get
Yeah.
into the windows. Yeah. So Bill's like he's firing and stuff at some, but he's also kicking them off of the vehicle, and if it's okay, I'll use my close combat roll.
Let's see what the weather's doing here. Clear and sunny. Not at night. It's not.
Hey,
That's 3 successes.
nice.
All right, so we're going to do this walker attack, single walker attack on Ben Martin, and then we're going to decrease the threat level by 1. So Ben, what do you do as you're going through these things and one of these things like gets in the window and somehow it gets stuck and it's like trying to grab at your one hand on the steering wheel as you try to go way through this.
Yeah, maybe one I hit it and it goes up through the windshield and being an older vehicle, like it heads kind of like head goes through the window a little and tries like biting at my hand.
Make your roll.
I'm gonna kind of snatches his hand away as fast as possible.
No. You succeed.
So he succeeded, but when he pulls his hand away and slams on the brakes, running through so many of them, maybe a tire is flat and then he lets his hand off the wheel, the thing goes flying, but he kind of loses a little bit of control of the S10.
So from now on, that S10 is not going to be able to add its mobility bonus. That's your mess up because it popped one of the tires.
Okay.
So the threat level goes down to 3. It's thinning out a little bit as you guys are getting away. All right, second round. Who wants to go? One person has to sit out this time. Raj has to roll this time.
Go for it, Raj.
Okay. So Raj is in the back of the pickup truck, and now with the, when Ben lost control, he had to, hold on to for dear life, because he was, if not, he was going to get kicked off the, bucked off the vehicle. So he's going to try and use force, I guess, or endure.
Whatever you want.
It should be a better one.
Yeah, endure is just kind of hanging on for your dear life.
Yeah, both are bad, so let's do that.
There you go. What's one success? You
Yeah,
only need
nice.
5 this time.
Yep.
Who's next?
You guys can do it.
All right, Connor. So we don't get that drive bonus now,
Nope.
right? Gotcha. Yeah, he's gonna do the same thing. He's just looking for the path of least resistance to go, whether it's through bushes or whatever else has you.
Oh no.
Oh, good lord.
Are you in the
Oh,
bed
you
of the
messed
truck
up.
in the
Yeah,
back or
seriously.
like inside the cab somewhere?
He's inside the
Okay,
cab
same
driving.
thing happens to you. The window smashes and suddenly a head is like almost in your lap. What do you do?
Let's see.
This fucking system doesn't mess around, man.
trying to get me roadhead.
It is. If you get a crit, you're getting your dick bit off.
Someone loves sausage.
And that's the case. We're going to a fiery mess. No life to live without that. Without my friend there. He's just gonna try to beat it and throw it back out the window or whatever he could do. He's gonna use close combat, I guess. This could be bad. Good lord.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Ah!
Lucky.
So Connor, as he's beating on this thing, he looks over at Bill there. Shoot this motherfucker! As he's trying to maintain the driving and fight off the zombie from ripping into his crotch. He doesn't want the rotten crotch to happen to him.
So give yourself another stress point, and for that screw up, you knock him out, but he like gets stuck in one of the wheels. So now your car starts to slow down. And now you take a -2 to any driving stuff. You hear that bump, dump, 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 bump in the wheel. You guys have only had 1 success this round. Who else is next?
How many? I guess he's. I guess I'll go because Raj went
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to keep shooting there, Billy.
No, go
Somebody
ahead.
needs to get 4 successes and you
I was
get out of
gonna
this. Otherwise, you're going to be in it. It's going to get worse.
4 successes.
Do you have a shot at that, Connor? That 4 successes?
Anybody can. You just roll a bunch of 6s.
Maybe. Yeah.
Did you use your drive yet,
You
Ro?
guys are all stressed up. You're messing up a lot.
No.
I haven't used my drive yet. I mean,
I don't know what your drive is.
it would make sense for this.
You can keep shooting, or I can keep.
No,
driving.
you want to
Whichever.
you want to survive to find your son, right? It's a once
I
per
do.
session
I'm
thing.
looking-
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it would make sense, right? How do you use it?
so
Do just
when you
click
do a
the
roll,
box
there's a little
there, or-
space to add bonus dice at the end. Just put 2.
Alright, 2 there. Okay, there we go. Alright, here we go. Only 1 success.
Push it.
You gonna push?
Oh yeah, I can push, huh? Alright, let's go. Only 1 success.
Swarm level goes up. As you slow down, they're not closer, but now in front of you. As the car slows down towards one of the intersections, you kind of turn the corner, and there's just like 50 more of them up ahead of you. What are you guys going to do?
Well, there's only one way out,
You need,
and that's
you need to
through
get
them.
6 of them.
So Ben's just gonna floor it again. And,
Oh, hang on. They
hope for the
get
best.
an action now, since you lost that round. And look it up what exactly it is. They were at size 2 at the end of that one. Let me see here. It's pretty easy to find this stuff.
Successes are rolled on a 6.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Fighting a swarm. So threat level is 3. They could do a single attack or block. Yep. All right. That's what I'm gonna do. Block. That's what happened narratively anyway. So it's making your escapes worse. So if you guys roll mobility to try to get away, you take a -2 penalty now too, because they're surrounding you. So stealth and mobility rolls get a -2 penalty. All right, who's up?
I guess Morton's gonna go because he can't do anything other than drive. There's no real other skill he can use. He can't use, doesn't have a ranged weapon, and I don't think force is appropriate.
All right, you need
so.
6 of them.
-2.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's trying to get through them, but it's just not working. The tire's low, and the S10's not made to plow through them.
All right, who's next?
Hell, man, we might have to slam into one of these houses and hide inside.
The way we're rolling, we're gonna trip and fall.
Oh man.
Got 2 more.
All right,
We gotta get 3 successes.
who wants to do it?
I know what I'm gonna do with your mess up. So
All right. Yep. I'm gonna continue to use my scouting to find the way that won't slow us down anymore. Since he's driving, shooting with the shotgun would be a little bit inappropriate.
That's a good idea.
It's all a narrative time, right? So you can be like gunning them down a bunch of times. There you go. Another mess up though. All right, you got 2 successes and 2 mess ups.
You need one more success now, right?
You need 4 more.
Hey.
4 more success.
Get her done, Bill. Or Raj can do it. Can Raj do 4?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what the fuck can I use to make 4?
Damn.
Could we use survival navigating through the bodies like trees?
There you go.
What do you say, Bo?
You think you might have taken some courses? Some survival courses? Like maybe you're a prepper?
Yeah, because it says I'm a deer
Yeah,
hunter.
you are. That's on your sheet. That's on your sheet. Okay, I'll allow it.
Yep. Right, so let's see if this works.
You guys know you can always sacrifice somebody, right? That's not enough. That's
That's one. Fuck. Yeah, so like Raj is at the the back of the pickup. He's banging on the the roof of the cab, and he's trying to direct Ben through these mob of walkers. He's like, "Go left here, turn right, hit that one. He's coming closer."
All right, we get one more roll,
That
huh?
was 3, dude. Wasn't it?
Oh.
So the swarm level goes up again, and now this is over 100 of them out there. Okay, one of your mess up is the car completely comes to a stop now. And who messed up?
Not Connor.
Connor's
at
1,
all.
Ben is 2.
Yep.
All right, Connor, suffer a single zombie attack. Make a skill roll.
Yep. What
5,
can I do?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
Okay. What's it happen?
Shit.
How does it
Another
work
mess
as you fight it off, but you mess up?
So as it comes through his window, he just starts throwing his elbow into its head until it kind of pops.
As it comes through the window and you're struggling with that thing, your gun falls out, clattering to the ground. And now I'm going to do an attack on one of you guys on the randomly. Roll 1d4. Connor again. What skill roll are you gonna make? You can't use your gun now; it's on the ground.
Gotcha.
God, this is getting.
We're gonna go for some
This is sad.
more
These
beat down
girls
mode
are
here.
these girls
throwing
are
the
screaming in
elbows.
the back of the truck too. By the way, 2 little girls.
Oh no. We got 2 different vehicles, right? Both of them are almost immovable now.
You guys are all in the truck, as far as I know.
Oh, we're
That
all in the
sucks.
truck. Same truck, yeah.
Wait, we're all in the same truck?
No, we're in 2
Okay,
different
that's
vehicles.
fine.
We're in
That's
2
fine.
different vehicles.
Which is the one that's
Yeah.
it's the pickup truck that's all beat up, right?
They're
Yep.
both beat up.
I know they're
Both beat up
Well,
now.
you failed that, so here it comes. Connor.
Oh no.
Hey!
I jump out of the car? I don't know what I'm
Figure it out.
You bounce your head off the steering wheel or the door glass.
Probably gonna have to jump onto the roof or something of one of these houses.
Fuck.
So somehow I shift around in the car as it goes to bite me. Fall out the goddamn car.
That's not bad. I changed you to bruised. I gave you 1 point of damage. And now you're out of the round.
What?
Hey.
It's just bobbing and weaving inside my cab. Oh
The
shit.
cars, with all these mess ups, the cars are completely surrounded now. And you're on round 3, and now you guys have to get 7.
7
You got-
success.
Unless we sacrifice someone, right?
There's always that option.
Is that correct? So Ben seeing the girls scream and cry and Raj being in the pickup bed, he's gonna slam on the brakes and then slam on the gas to get him to fall out the back as he's
Nice.
trying to get through the swarm.
Okay, that's going to be your mobility against his mobility to see if he falls off the back. Unless you don't want to roll Raj, just because.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. If that gives a success.
We need to roll, or you're not rolling.
No. Hey, wait. Let's both roll, and if I fail, then maybe that adds to his
Yeah.
success.
That sounds
How about
good.
that?
I guess it.
Nice.
No, he would win anyway.
Yep. So then he gets 3
Yeah,
success.
so that was you see what it looks like. So that's an automatic win for the round when you do that, because you just like basically throw them somebody for them to feed on, and that would drop your threat down to 2, which means you're out of it. You're out of the swarm. So you guys can role play what that would look like.
Ben feels bad, but
But you don't feel that bad because you don't
he's-
take stress from that, right?
He's no, I don't. He feels bad, but he's protecting the children. That's something that deeply bothers him from his past, is seeing children suffer. And he makes a calculated decision. Everybody dies or one person dies. And to be frank, he didn't know Raj from the Man in the Moon. And he tries to be as subtle as possible, but he slams on the gas when he's kind of off balance, and he goes tumbling over the box side onto the ground. And it almost like magic, they turn to Raj as he maybe yelps out as he gets knocked down, and he hauls ass out of Stormy Point.
Raj, what's it look like?
Yeah, so the Ben slams on the brakes and then hits the gas really hard. Raj tries to get his footing, but he gets pushed back, and his arms are outstretched and he's trying to grab hold of something when his right calf kind of catches on the tailgate, and it kind of trips him, and pushes him head over heels backwards off the truck, and he lands on his ass as he sees the truck's tail light starting to disappear down the street. He looks around and he sees the walkers start like zeroing in on him, and he pops to his feet and he screams, "You fucking asshole!"
Oh man. He's getting ripped apart.
Make an endure check there, Zypher.
Yep, let's do this.
You don't pass out, so you're very conscious as you're ripped apart. You can. You're very conscious
Nice.
as you're ripped apart. So, tell me what it looks like, and I'll
Yeah,
do.
so
I'll
Raj
do the
starts
sound
running.
effects.
Yeah, so Raj starts running behind the truck and he starts screaming, "You asshole! You fucker!" But he is so intent with his anger towards Ben that he does not see the walkers kind of hone in on him. Suddenly he starts feeling hands all over him and starts pulling him down to the ground. And Raj starts screaming as
multiple walkers start tearing him limb from limb. You know, one pulling his right arm, the other pulling his left arm. It's like there's no give, there's no give, there's no give, and then suddenly you start hearing bones crack, ligaments tear, and then the arms come apart, all four of them. Before that's done, three more walkers jump in on him and start like pulling out his innards as Raj just dies on the road screaming, and then the screaming eventually stops.
And I'll let the three survivors roleplay the last scene. As with those last few mess ups, both the cars become non-functional. You guys are forced to get out of the cars, and you're now on foot with the two girls. You're not in the swarm. The threat level's 2, meaning you can see them all around, but they're not necessarily coming for you. But you are on foot, and then the session will end after your scene. Why don't Bill Baker? Why don't you go first?
Yeah, Bill doesn't feel too bad about the loss of Raj. I mean, he was he was probably gonna do it if it wasn't done anyway. But he was honestly thinking about Connor, sacrificing Connor instead. You know, 'cause he's the cop. But luckily they got out of there. You know. And Bill didn't have to be the bad guy in that situation. So, but he did see what Ben did, you know, or the way he hit the brakes and then he floored it, you know. It could have possibly even passed though as an accident, you know. But I think Bill caught it, you know, and he's looking all around and you know, kind of panicked and stuff, watching as they start to move like towards the trees, heading back into the town towards the bar, I'm guessing. And yeah, he pops one of his painkillers and chews on it as he's looking around with his gun in his hand.
Ben, as the S10 slowly grinds to a halt, there's a hole in the windshield in front of the driver's seat. The right tire is totally flat now. There's smoke coming out of the radiator from a bone that had punctured it. And he just instinctively, with all the gore on the windshield, he turns the wipers on and it just smears it everywhere. And he stops, and as the Tahoe pulls up to him, he looks at Connor. He goes, "Give me that assault rifle right freaking now." And he looks at the little two girls who are, you know, just absolutely shell-shocked. He's like, "Come on, girls, we got to go. Let's go. We don't have far to go. We'll get you safe. Let's go. Come on."
And last but not least, Connor. Mr. Connor. Did he disconnect again?
He's
He's
traumatized.
I guess we can just end it.
Yeah. We heading towards the trees.
He's going to grab the assault rifle. We can always change that later. But he opens up the back of the Tahoe, grabs it, takes one of the girls by the hands. All right, everybody hold hands. Let's go. Follow Stormy Point Road. We're heading back to the resort.
You guys are about right here now. And I think that's where we'll end it.
Haha, nice.
Holy shit.
Sim left. He's gonna leave. He's gonna leave B&B again.
He's jumping out a window.
Sim, are you jumping out a window? Check.
We can't hear you, dude.